Hi. Um, Late last night, I wrote a blog post on being vulnerable. Sorry, didn't mean to throw my sunglasses at you. I'm having one crazy week. Life has definitely made its mark, trying to drop kick my ass, and I'm feeling it. I'm absolutely feeling it. It's been intense. There's not one specific thing that's been like, oh no, it's this one thing. It's a series of things, because that's kind of how life works. It's this flow or cycle of things that come at you, and they recede and they go forward and recede, and it can be overwhelming all at once sometimes. Hi, Terrence. It's been hard, and my usual things of self-care, they weren't working. I was still falling apart. Not to the point where I was effectively bleeding all over Facebook, sharing private details that I probably shouldn't share, but to the point where it was difficult. It was absolutely difficult. And my gift has been stepping into vulnerability. And I wanted to share a little bit more about that, because the challenges in being vulnerable were many. I'm right now sitting at the LA River watching bikers bike and watch me, watching runners run and do their thing, and geese. There's so many Canadian geese in the LA River. It's kind of insane, but it's been grounding in a really, really powerful way. Even though my eyes are darting around everywhere, I'm here, I promise. Being vulnerable, though, sorry, sidetrack there, rabbit trails. The first thing is you have to step into that fear and decide what's the worst thing that could happen in being vulnerable. And really, it's a big deal. You are owning up to the ways that you're feeling less than. You're facing the fact that you might be failing, and you're letting someone else see that, which for me is always been hard. But I decided it's time to do that, and in little bits and places I've been doing so, sharing what's important to me with people that are close to me, and sharing the many ways that I feel afraid and going with it. And in sharing, it's not just this big avalanche of, oh no, this is what it is, this is what I feel about this, and I'm going to collapse because of all the things that I see happening in the future. But admitting what's going on right now. What are the facts of this situation? How does it feel? Without projecting the fears of what could happen or what has happened. Just the situation itself. And then trusting the person that I'm talking to. I have to trust that I don't need to protect them from my life. I have to trust that they can accept and own and let that land, and that it won't break them. And because my situation often feels like it's breaking me, it's really hard to say, here, this is this baby I've been carrying on my back. It hurts like a bitch, but I trust that you're not going to drop it and you're going to hold it carefully. That's hard. But that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is accepting support. No, I don't say, it's not, I'm strapped for cash, I need $5 until Friday. It's not that kind of support, because that's easy. That money, I find, is easy. It's time, it's connection that's a lot harder. And deciding that I'm going to step forward and say, here's this really, really powerful, scary thing, and I'm going to hand it to you and trust you not to break it. And I'm going to trust that when I fall backwards into your arms, you're going to catch me. That's hard. Someone that's been through a divorce, that's been through trusting and loving, and all of a sudden it's gone. It's hard to trust again and love. Someone that has been physically hurt in the bedroom, to trust again, that's hard. Trusting that someone will be there when you can't see past this moment is hard. But each time I've done that, and this last week alone, I've been completely supported. Now, maybe it was a hug from someone I normally would never hug, and that hug felt like home. Sorry. Or maybe it was just really, really powerful, meaningful eye contact, or a moment of shedding all preconceived notions of what I should be doing or how I should be reacting or behaving, and just going with what is. You know, that there's a lot to the whole it is what it is. I've always felt it is what it is, and I can choose to accept it or I can change it, but I have a choice if I look for that choice. And deciding that sometimes my choice wasn't right, and deciding that sometimes I needed more support, and deciding that I could step into that and be supported and carried. It's been a gift. When I was writing last night, that meaning, that value was resonating deeply and profoundly for me, to the point where today I'm taking a day off because, yeah, I was that blubbery fool in front of my boss yesterday, and I said I needed a day, and he said take the day. And I'm taking that day, walking along this littered river where you could see the debris line from the flooding, and just how much water we did receive that we needed. And in this trash-filled river, feeling such serenity, such peace, such hope. Feeling that there's power in being vulnerable and shedding every possible wall and barrier that I have up, and just deciding that it's okay to not be okay, and that there's strength in admitting the truth of my situation. That's powerful. That's vulnerability. And there's no way to find true intimacy without stepping through your vulnerability, whether that's with someone that you are close to or someone that you are close to in the moment. So I encourage you to be vulnerable, be brave, step in, stand out, and flow. Absolutely flow. Because when you set up walls and barriers to that connection, you're not just hurting yourself, but you're robbing others of the lessons you're learning, the gift that you carry. So be vulnerable. That's my big thing. And I will continue to walk and find that peace and that calm. And I will reach out and I will flow out, because that's where the joy is. That's where the peace is. And that's where the true intimacy is. Have an epic, amazing day. Do epic shit. And have a great rest of your week. I can talk, I promise. Just not right now. Bye.